Prioritize tasks. Focus on the most important task to avoid feeling overwhelmed. This is very important, especially when you're doing those fancy little to-do lists. I do a to-do list every night before bed for the next day, and I always put that main thing on top, the one thing that I need to do before anything else. And that is either paying bills, that is either cleaning the house if someone's gonna come over. Whatever is important to you, put that on top of your to-do list. Prioritize the main thing to do, and then you can focus on the little things later on. This can help you not feel overwhelmed, and it can also make you feel a little bit more efficient with getting that list done when you focus on that hard task first, and the rest of the tasks that you have to do for the day is usually a breeze. Declutter your space. Remove unnecessary items to create a more organized and serene environment. This is yet another thing that I do. I would say I do this every 6 months instead of every month because we do live very minimal here. But I go through the kitchen a lot more than any other room because some things go bad, some things you don't use anymore, so you donate those seasonings or spices, things like that. I don't know about you guys, but when things are decluttered and everything that you have in your house you use or you get use out of, it just makes me feel like a breath of fresh air because the house is just not filled with unnecessary items. So that way you're saving space and you just have a more neat, calm environment. Embrace minimalism. Streamline your possessions and commitments to reduce stress. I don't think I need to go into detail with this one. Most of you already know that I live a minimalist lifestyle. I've been living a minimalist lifestyle for the past, I want to say almost 7.5 years, something like that. And it has helped me so much with not overspending. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still make mistakes. I'm human. It is what it is. But I don't make as nearly as much as mistakes that I used to make when it came to me being younger. Like when I was 21, 24, I used to just purchase things because they were in style or because everybody else had them or someone told me to buy it. And now I focus on, what do I really need? Do I really need this item? Is it something that I'm going to declutter in like the next month or two? Is it going to be a waste of money? So it's every time I go to the store, I think of like, do we really need this item? How much use are we going to get out of this item? That way I'm not wasting my money and also wasting space. So adapting a minimalist lifestyle has changed my perspective on life in general. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you just embrace a tiny bit of minimalism, then you will get what I'm talking about. It is by far one of the best things that I have ever learned and adapted in my life. It's changed me completely. Digital detox. Limit screen time and simplify your online presence for a more mindful lifestyle. This is something that I started to do a couple months ago. You guys know this is my main job, and I was stressing myself out a lot when it came to my job, and being online constantly, it used to give me like tech headaches and things like that. So the best thing that I decided to do was eliminate my screen time, and I kid you not, I am so much happier. I also stopped watching a lot of YouTubers that I was watching in order for me to step away. Again, this is my job, so I just needed a break from constantly comparing myself, constantly watching others get a lot of views, and it was just bringing me down. So the best thing I did was eliminate my screen time and focus on other things like cleaning the house, trying a new recipe, watching a Hallmark movie, instead of how I was before, constantly scrolling, especially when it came to bedtime. I'm so glad that I keep my phone outside the bedroom. It helps out so much. And if I was to go back to a regular job, I know most of us use our phones for alarms. I know I used to. When it comes to an alarm, if I was to go back to a regular job, I would grab an old-fashioned alarm, not a smart alarm, just a regular alarm, and still keep my phone out of the bedroom because it's very addicting. It's addicting to go through Pinterest, YouTube, your email. You know, you get into bed at 9 o'clock at night, and before you know it, with your constant scrolling, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and you have to be up at 7 for work. So eliminating your screen time, there's so many benefits that I can name and suggest, but we would not have enough time in this video. So just try to go slow with it. I know a lot of people are addicted to their phone. I know I was. Just try to take it slow when eliminating your screen time. Maybe put a timer on for YouTube. Maybe only spend a half hour on YouTube or 20 minutes, things like that. That's what helped me out. I was doing like little timers, and then gradually I started to take days off from using my phone when it comes to social media. I feel like that's the one thing that keeps us constantly scrolling is social media. So, TikTok, Pinterest, every little app nowadays, like even Amazon, every little app has like videos, and we just, constant scrolling. It's very easy to scroll through 10-second videos. So be very mindful when it comes to your screen time, because you can be wasting a ton of valuable time. You can be doing something a lot more important than scrolling. Establish routines. Create daily habits that bring you structure and efficiency to your life. So I will say this, I finally established a routine when it comes to working out. My partner and I, we go to the gym Monday through Friday, usually in the late afternoon because we're working during the day. And the late afternoon is the best time for us to go to the gym because nobody's ever there. So we established that workout routine. We had to fit it in some way or another because we weren't working out at all. And with being this age, it's important for us to move our bodies. It's important to move your body in general. So establishing that gym routine helped us out so much. It helped my mentality a lot too, because I was going through like a negative spiral. A lot of you guys noticed. And I think that was just me being stuck in the house a lot, not moving my body. Also, when it comes to work, I will film my videos here and I will go to the library to edit. Ignore negativity. Focus on what truly matters and always remember that misery loves company. This is so true, you guys, and I will be honest, I was going through a negative spiral for the past couple of years, and I think most of it had to do with me dealing with a ton of negativity in the comment section and also with family members and just like a ball of negativity. And the best thing that I did for myself recently, I would say like a couple months ago, was to obviously get out the house more and ignore negativity. What I mean by ignoring is I delete negative comments. I block those people that leave negative comments. If you have nothing nice to say, it's best to not say it at all. Unfortunately, some people were not taught that growing up. So I do delete a lot of negative comments. And also when it comes to family members, if they're being negative, if I'm on the phone or they have something negative to say every time I talk to them, I call them out on it. Before I used to not. I used to be a huge people pleaser, and now I'm learning to call them out on their negativity. If they have a bunch of negative things to say, I simply say, okay, so what positive thing happened today? Tell me something good that happened. Instead of all the negative things, let's switch it to positive. Sometimes they don't have nothing to say, so I'll just get off the phone. And sometimes they will switch the negative mindset to a positive mindset. They'll say, well, my car died, but luckily it was just the battery, so it was a cheap fix. So that's how I'm dealing with negativity these days, and it's been working. I feel a lot more happier. Again, every day is different. Not every day is perfect, but I am glad that I learned that I can dodge some negativity and not be a total sponge and soak all of that in. Again, misery does love company. And boy, was I her company for a long time. In order to live a happy life, you have to try your best to ignore some negativity. I know you can't ignore it all, but try to avoid some of it. That way you're not misery's company constantly. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate awareness in the present moment to reduce stress and enhance overall well-being. One thing that I have been learning is to take breaks. That's the best way that I can reduce my stress and the way I can just, spend some time with myself and take breaks. No phone, no talking to anybody. The one thing that relaxes me a lot when it comes to reducing my stress is working out. And the other thing is just laying on the bed with my cat. He's actually in the window right now behind the camera, but laying on the bed with my cat, petting his little head and just embracing the moment with him, because I know he won't be here forever. Cats do not live as long as humans. So that's what reduces my stress, is spending time with him, not thinking constantly about work or bills, just being in the moment and knowing that everything happens for a reason and things will work out eventually when it comes to us finding a house. And that's just my intake on it. You guys have to practice your own mindfulness. Some people meditate. My partner loves to meditate. I'm not the best at meditating. I will say that. I get distracted very easily. He always takes about 15 to 20 minutes each morning to meditate on the floor in the living room. He even puts a little timer on his watch, and he'll take that time to just relax, give himself and his mind some time without all the chaos that he's gonna go deal with at work. So whatever way that helps you relax and reduce stress, it can help you a lot with living a simpler life. Even with taking a warm bath at the end of the day on a cold winter night, I've actually been doing this as well. I'll put my laptop like on the sink of the near the tub and just watch a nice Hallmark movie or have like a nice fall or winter ambiance playing with some, like, you know, the sounds of leaves and things like that. Whatever relaxes you, that's what you should play. And I'll just sit in the tub. Sometimes I'll sit in there in the pitch dark or like with like a little night light, not have like a bright light like beaming on you, and just relax and take a couple deep breaths. This has definitely helped me calm down a lot because I was dealing with a ton of stress. I mean, I'm still dealing with stress, but I'm glad that I learned how to calm it down. So figure out what helps you guys. Like, is it a walk in nature? Is it listening to music? Is it cleaning up your room? Figure out what helps you reduce stress and try to do that often in order for you to live a more simple lifestyle. On that note, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I will catch you in the next one.